Alright, y'all, got more video. I was doing this and I realized, oh yeah, content, I should record this. So I am in the process of making us dinner for tonight. I was talking with Brandon and we decided to give this whole recipe of the baked, sorry, I'm digging the ice out of this because this is some frozen shrimp that we had feta ago, but because we are ourselves, we're not doing feta. I think I mentioned before, yeah I did, whenever I was shopping, that we aren't fully keto yet, but we are still trying to stay on the lower carb spectrum. So I am using ricotta cheese instead of feta because when I looked at some substitutions for that recipe, they said that ricotta was, I think, lower with like the bad fats and the saturated fats and all that, and that you could sub this for something that, again, was lower fat, but also that didn't have as many carbs to it. So that's why we're going with ricotta. And because, as I've already said, the ricotta cheese was 2 for $6 on special at Winn-Dixie. So that's why I got that. Or like 2 for $5 was the ricotta. And then the tomatoes, just regular brick tomatoes, were 2 for $6 at Winn-Dixie, so I got those. Some spaghetti we already had in the pantry. I just went and was harvesting my basil. So this is, I have some regular like Italian parsley, and then I have some Thai parsley. Fix it, Jesus. I'm growing parsley. This is basil. Help us, Lord. And then this is my Thai basil. So let's go over to the garden and I can see what specific variety of basil this is. Alright, so we're over at this arrow garden and this is Genovese basil. Why was that escaping me? I don't know. COVID brain maybe. But anyway, I pruned this back. So these were the ones that are over there in that bowl were my last 2 large leaves. But what happens when you prune back your basil is that these smaller leaves should bump back up, hopefully, and give me some more new growth if that wasn't too aggressive of a prune. Now, it could have been too hard of a prune and it decides to give up the ghost, so I'm going to be starting another basil here to give one, some space in this garden because this eggplant is trying to take over, along with this Thai basil that's back here living its best life. Let's move this lettuce. Thai basil, back here, living its best life. I've been using it a lot and finding that I like it, even like I mix it into my eggs for breakfast. So this is the dill that is still going strong. I think I am going to take this dill out and try to do my first little cracky jar because I've gotten some jars that are the perfect size for that, and I just need to get myself some chalk paint. I believe I have some chalk paint that was a product review that I got from Amazon previously, so I'm going to hopefully locate that in the garage sometime this week and be able to paint those jars. But if not, I do have a Michael's gift card that I need to use, so I may be making a trip over to the Michael's out here across the bridge. These black-seeded Simpsons, just so beautiful. But I am going to be harvesting a good bit of these to have a salad along with our pasta for dinner. And I'm going to take you over to the countertop gardens that I technically just walked away from, but whatevs, to show you how those look. Alright, so this is the countertop gardens, and like I said, these are really reaching their end. You can see here, when you start to get a lettuce like the black-seeded Simpson that's giving you an elongated stem like this, that's technically the definition of bolting, or it beginning to bolt. The only thing that it has not done yet is to put out a flower or a like seed blossom, where that's literally it letting you know that it said, I'm giving up the ghost. I ascend my spirit into the heavens and I'm giving you seeds for the next generation kind of thing. So one for all of us Sunday school babies. But this being said, also, you can see in the middle, it's still trying to grow. You can continue to let this grow and harvest it, and it really becomes a matter of taste. Some folks say that this is too bitter for them when it starts to do this, and they don't like the taste of that. It's not palatable to them. For us so far, if you look down, like I've continued to harvest this, and I don't mind it too much. This garden is 64 days old. Usually around the 75-day-old point, I kind of am done with it, and I like to have a fresh start and a reset. Also because as you look down, if you've been harvesting it, it just starts to look a little messy, and I just don't like the aesthetics of that. I don't want to see that on my kitchen counter. Also, I feel like when you're dealing with trying to keep your gardens clean and maintained, I just feel like that is more of a breeding ground for fungus gnats, and ain't nobody got time for that. So we're going to harvest hopefully primarily from these, because I also know that these here were growing before I started the black seeded Simpsons, or some of them that are in the other garden. So if we're going cyclically, like I told y'all, I was trying to plant successive crops in some of my earlier videos. If I'm really trying to stay true to the pattern of having successive crops, even though these are hydroponic gardens that are in my home, I need to harvest these first, then those other ones, and come back to this for like these two that started later. This one right here in particular started later because I moved it from a harvest in my office. So it's just like that. When you're managing multiple aerial gardens, I think you have to keep that kind of stuff in mind, because it's like, wait, what did I plant? When did I plant it? Like, let me keep it all straight. So I am going to now go mix up the other stuff for the pasta, because my oven has come to temperature and we need to eat, because it's almost, well, it's only like 6:30, and yeah, tomorrow night, well, tomorrow is a school day. So it's like getting Veronica ready, getting her bathed, getting her in bed, and getting all her stuff ready for school tomorrow. So don't want this to take too long.